Sisters and brothers, good morning, and thank you for taking some of your precious time to be present here. I called this press conference because I want to clear the air concerning some of the pronouncements that have been appearing in our media. At first I had thought, well, this issue, after all, is an issue that really does not concern me directly. But in the course of time, the reaction from the public, and especially from our own faithful, the Catholics, convinced me that in this case, silence is not golden. The former president mentions my name and that of the Catholic Church in conjunction with the alleged polygamy of one Mr. Michael Sata, the leader of the Patriotic Front. It is very unfortunate that in the fight against his sworn political enemy, and I'm insisting political enemy, the former president makes insinuations with regard to me personally and casts wild aspersions on the Catholic Church. The comments are unacceptable, in extremely bad taste, and should be regarded with the disdain they merit. Mr. Sata is a public figure whose family life or private life cannot be hidden from the public eye for any length of time. Former President Frederick Chiluba was therefore not making a revelation, because what he said was common knowledge. Long before the birth of the Patriotic Front, when Mr. Michael Sata was still side by side with the former president in the MMD, in his response to Mr. Michael Sata, he has accomplished two objectives which seem quite dear to him, namely, to get a go at the Catholic Church, for which he seems to harbor an almost pathological hatred, and has attempted to implicate a Catholic bishop in what he terms a polygamous marriage in inverted commas. The little that Dr. Chiluba says about Catholic doctrine on marriage and the Holy Eucharist exposes his total lack of knowledge about the subject. Allow me to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, he once said, I quote, nothing in the entire world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious impetuosity. The Catholic Church believes in and teaches marriage between one man and one woman. The teaching doesn't change because a close relative of a religious sister or brother or a priest or indeed a bishop fails to adhere to it. The insinuation that because my sister is alleged to have contracted marriage or cohabited with Mr. Michael Sata, the Catholic Church therefore condones or even blesses it. This insinuation is as speculative in the extreme as it is highly reprehensible. Today, the MMD is in power. And their song is, as one of the most prominent Catholics has put it, I quote, "The Catholic bishops are always on the side of the opposition," unquote. Now, the Catholic Church leadership is not on the side of the opposition, but on the side of truth. The Catholic Church became opposition and enemy number one. Father Umberto became a persona non grata. And now it is the turn of Father Miha to be a persona non grata. We Zambians have a very short memory indeed. The song of constant accusation of the Catholic Church leadership as involving in partisan politics must stop once and for all. We are sick and tired of listening to it, and it is positively revolting. It is sickening, because we have explained time and again that we as church leadership are neither partisan nor interested in political power. The accusation is a desperate but futile attempt to silence the Catholic Church on matters it has the right and duty to speak about. Partisan politics means, as far as I'm concerned, you belong to a political party and you are seeking political power. Doesn't mean that you don't talk about people who are sick or people who are suffering because of floods. The electorate who put political leaders into power have the right and duty to hold the same leaders to account, not at the end of their term of office, but from the word go. Only a very insecure government is afraid of its own shadows. Only a very insecure government is afraid of its own people. Only an insecure government is allergic to criticism. As citizens, therefore, talking about church leaders, we have every right to comment and critique whatever our government does. We will therefore not be bullied and intimidated into silence. The accusation of involving in partisan politics is a very weak attempt, and it won't work. It has never worked. The other attempts, for instance, to discredit or eliminate individuals will not work either. See, in the DR Congo, Mobutu thought he could silence the Catholic Church, but late Cardinal Joseph Malula spoke on behalf of the Bishops' Conference there and told Mobutu that what he was doing was evil. The Cardinal was detained not once, not twice, but 4 or 5 times. In Congo-Brazzaville, the Catholic Cardinal of Brazzaville was assassinated by agents of the state. Here in Zambia, late Archbishop Elias Mutale died in very suspicious circumstances.
Yes. Was killed.
In Uganda, Cardinal Emmanuel Wamala has spoken very boldly so many times. In Malawi, the bishop's letter in 1992 sent shock waves that changed the regime in that country. In Zimbabwe, the Catholic Church led the way to speak on behalf of our sisters and brothers in Zimbabwe, Rhodesia. That's why, after independence in Zimbabwe, the Catholic Church, having established that credibility, is still able to stand up to the regime there today. As we are talking in Burkina Faso, the Bishops' Conference issued a pastoral statement because the leader there, having been in power for 23 years, he wants a 3rd term. Does that ring a bell for Zambia? Ndola Diocese had let Bishop Dennis de Jong. He died. May he rest in peace. So people thought, oh, it's quiet there. Then came Bishop O'Regan, and things continued. Now Bishop O'Regan is not there, but there is Bishop Banda. And watch out for Bishop Banda. The ZEC chair was occupied by Archbishop Mazombe some time back, speaking on behalf of the Oasis Forum. He told former President Chiluba, please, sir, retire in honor. We don't want your third term. They thought it was Archbishop Mazombe speaking. He was only a mouthpiece.